really heavy, sorry.
Sorry, I'm kind of shaky because I was just...
Not excitement, I swear.
You're fine, you don't have to apologize.
So if you're driving early morning and you're driving on I-10 West, once you start getting around this area where Soto Street is, you're going to notice this big pileup. And it took me a while to figure out why the pileup is here. And it looks like, you know, oh my God, the 10 West is 1 mile away. So I need to hurry and get over to the right. So all these cars are trying to get in, but the holdup is actually whatever line. Some employers out here where people have to get off on Soto Street. You see where Soto Street is on the right lane? And how Soto Street is positioned in relation to the entrance of the 5 South and 10 West that goes to Santa Monica and Santa Ana is that it comes right before. So all these people are slowing down to try and get in, but the holdup is Soto. So I'll show you right now what you should do, what you could do. So there's State Street. Here's Soto. Check it out. So if you just wait until you get to around this area, see, all these vehicles are trying to get off on Soto here. Always an accident here, but then you just hop right over to the 10 West, 5 South. Hopefully that helps you while you're driving. If you're driving to downtown LA for your job. And it's 8:08, so it's early enough to where I can just take the street here. And see, this is like it's like a pick your poison here, right? Because I can either get off here, or I can get stuck on that 10 that people are trying to now swerve over to get off on State Street. But no, they will not get off here because this has already been handled.
We're going to do a report for him because he's asking for it, but, and I do believe if I'm going to go get a warrant on him, I'm sure. No, I know. It's on video, but this is what Jeremiah does. And that's what this is exactly what he's trying to do. And this guy liked it. Well, yes he does. He's a cop. These guys weren't on his property at the time that he just attacked them.
I don't blame him.
Listen, regardless, he should...
So today, which way should I go?
If you're being reported, it's probably going to go somewhere. And if they weren't on your property when you just attacked them, they left. The problem will come out.
So I just said, all right, I'm going to pop up, and that's when I called 911.
Yes, sir.
And you can see here,
So, can you go
the
back
majority
to
of the
beginning?
traffic is people going to the right. So this opens up here.
I was in my kitchen area. I threw a bag of trash right here in my front yard. So I came out and said, hey guys, please, I need you to pick up the trash. I need you to leave the neighborhood. She came over and they gave me a bunch of lips. So that's when I showed my badge. And I said, guys, I'm police. I need you to get out. That's when he started filming me and you guys picked up the video. So, like the charge him or prosecute him at this point if he wants to make the deal. But I really just want him to leave the neighborhood.
Well, they're allowed to be walking on the public road. I mean, it's not like a gated community.
Yeah, it's littering is a crime too. I mean, yeah, I know. He's homeless. He gets his right. But
Do you have an ID on you, sir?
yeah, I can go get it, but I can give you my info if you want to. William, William. Thorogood, Thorowgood. I'm sorry. Good.
At this point, Officer Gianantonio knows that the off-duty cop needs to be arrested for felony assault, but she can already tell that her partner isn't going to have the courage to do the right thing. So she grabs her phone and walks away to call a higher-up. She informs one of her higher-ups at the department that she doesn't believe her partner is going to do the right thing and that if he doesn't, she will make the arrest. We don't know whether she was trying to do the right thing because it's the right thing or whether she was just trying to cover her own ass, knowing for a fact that this was going to end up all over the internet.
Hey, so I guess he's gonna do the report, but he went and attacked this guy when he wasn't even on his property. Like threw him to the ground and everything, and it's all on video. Over some trash that they threw in his yard, but picked up. They weren't on his property when he went after Jeremiah at all. And from there, you see him leave his driveway and go into the street and then attack Jeremiah. Yes, all on video. Yeah. No, he's not. Well, he said that he didn't think we should arrest for that, but obviously that's what I'm saying. But it being on video it's a problem. And he shows his badge and says I'm a cop and everything. And he was trying to arrest him in the middle of the street. Yes. 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 Yeah. But he told him to get his hands and put them behind his back, and Jeremiah's filming as he always does. And then he comes at him, and you can literally see the scuffle on camera. The whole camera starts shaking and crap. His daughter's screaming and crying, and he said he had his knee on the back of his neck. Yeah. Yeah, I'm having a problem with this because it's all on video, and he already hems us up enough, and it's all on video. And he wants to prosecute, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him. So call Joe Mack and I guess call Brown, because if he doesn't arrest him, I'm gonna have to take over and do it, because I have a problem with that, because he literally told us I was trying to detain him, but I didn't have cuffs on me. That's what he said. No, you're trying to. Yeah, please. Thank you.
Driving on Cesar Chavez right now.
When she turns back around to make the arrest, this is what's happening. This particular part of the incident is easier to see and hear from Jeremiah's point of view.
Jeremiah. Is that your name? Detective William Thorogood with Metro Police.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna.
I'm not trying to hurt you.
Pass on that.
You. I'm really sorry for the confrontation I had in front of your child. Okay, I feel really bad about that, and I just want to apologize to you. So I am sorry for upsetting your kid, especially around the holiday season. So
Yeah, because she's never going to forget that now, and she's going to look at cops as pieces of shits because of you.
you're absolutely right. Taking that into consideration. Apologize to you.
I try to teach my kid that not all cops are bad. There are good cops, and then you come out and do shit like that.
Please just hear me out, okay, Jeremiah? All right, can you hear me out?
I hear you.
Let me just swallow my pride here. Say, I apologize for upsetting you and your family.
That's good. Would you like a nugget?
Yes. Yeah. I'm not gonna take for you guys during the holidays. So, try to be man enough and apologize, which is a hard thing for cops to do. I just hope that you know.
You don't matter if you're a cop or not.
My apology.
It's hardly
I just didn't like the litter in my yard. That's all. That's all.
She didn't mean to drop it, but to go to that extent, because I pulled out my phone and asked you for your name and badge number, really? Come on now. That's being. I get that.
No, he's right.
But that's being a tyrant.
Jeremiah, listen to me.
Do you not agree with that?
100%, you're right, and I apologize. And I want you to understand how hard it is for me.
Oh, I know how hard it is for cops. I know. I'm a First Amendment auditor. I know.
All right, well, we need more people like you in this world.
She said you wanted but that lady brought
I'll
her.
extend my hand to you if you're man enough to shake it.
Oh, I'm man enough to shake your hand.
All right.
So,
Is it alright if we leave it at that, sir?
Yeah. I mean, I'm still going to post the video, though. I mean,
That's your legal right. I'm
Yeah.
not going to stop you from doing that.
Yes, sir.
At this time, Jeremiah claimed that he didn't want to press charges against the off-duty cop. He just wanted to post the video to YouTube to show the world what happened. Jeremiah told me that as he was leaving, Detective Thorogood shoved something into Jeremiah's pocket while asking him to please not post the video on social media. Jeremiah claims that when he reached into his pocket, he found that Thorogood had given him $80. As you can see, he posted the video on social media anyways. Well, at this time, Jeremiah claimed that he didn't want to file charges against Thorogood. 2 days later, he did go into the district attorney's office and show them his video. The DA then filed 2 charges against Thorogood for 2 counts of felony aggravated assault, which will go before a grand jury for indictment on January 18th, 2023
I
at
don't want to
9
get
a.m.
stuck in.
Immediately upon returning to work after this
Crappy
incident,
traffic.
Detective Thorogood was decommissioned as a police officer by the Nashville Metropolitan Police Department where he worked. As seen in Jeremiah's original video, which is linked below, Thorogood made a false claim to 911 operators that a homeless man was armed and advancing towards him. Since the video contradicted the detective's false report, his integrity has been called into question and jeopardized all of the past and current cases that he's working on.
I mean, you should watch the video. He looks crazy, charging at him in the middle of the street.
Put your hands behind your back. Sir?
what the fuck are you doing?
Sir? Sir?
He is he's out voicing his First Amendment right, and he is on a public sidewalk. But as of right now, I'm not going to go and violate his rights or anything like that.
his rights.
Why would we take the camera?
Because that's theft. You can't take somebody else's property. If it's not yours, you know it's not yours, it's theft. You know it, you just said it's his on camera. So that's theft. I'm just saying that's theft. You don't give anything you can. Trust me. He knows the law better than we do.
Jacksonville Sheriff's Office calling.
Sir, I'm calling about a guy who set up a panhandling operation on Mandarin Road.
And how many people there are panhandling?
Just one guy. I've never, ever seen anything like this before.
You see any drinking drugs or weapons on him?
No, but he's got an attitude.
Alright, I'll get somebody up there. Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, Cepeda.
I'm calling to report an individual that is standing in front of my house staring at it and has been for over 30 minutes. And he's got a sign.
Okay.
I'm inside my house. And to be honest, I live alone, so I'm a little nervous. This is unusual. We never have this.
Alright, I'll get off to go check it out.
He called?
It's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen.
What's going on? What's he
I've
doing?
been living out here for 50 years. I've never seen a homeless man set up. And this is my sister-in-law's house, that's my father-in-law's house, and I live next door. Okay? So I'm basically responsible for all of them. I've never seen a homeless man set up here.
I can talk to him. Technically, he's on the sidewalk. He's on public property. Let me go talk to him and see what his deal is. Yeah, I've never seen this here before either.
That's his truck. He ain't home.
Let's see what he's doing. Let's see if I can figure it out. It's beautiful weather. Pretty good. How about you?
Ghislaine Maxwell speaks. We're hearing from the convicted sex trafficker and accomplice of Jeffrey Epstein in a newly released interview with the Department of Justice. Does she answer all the questions we have about the Epstein files, a client list, alleged collaborators or co-conspirators? Let's see. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Okay, let's talk about it. What exactly did Ghislaine Maxwell say when questioned by Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche? Well, not only did the transcript get released, but the audio of that interview did too. And we're going to play portions of it for you as well, because you're going to hear from Maxwell directly. Now, before we even do that, I've got to give you some context here, because first of all, we cannot confirm Maxwell is telling the truth, right? She is a convicted sex trafficker who was sentenced to 20 years in prison for facilitating the sexual abuse of young girls to deceased sex offender and financier Jeffrey Epstein. Does she have an incentive to say certain things right now? Remember, she's looking to get pardoned by President Donald Trump. Last month, the president said, I'm allowed to do it, but it's something I haven't thought about. Maxwell, by the way, was also brought up on perjury charges at one point in time. She's been transferred recently to a low-security prison, so her credibility, her motivations, her timing, it's all in question. And let's not forget why this interview matters. This comes after the Trump administration and the DOJ have taken a lot of heat these past several weeks, after the DOJ and the FBI released a memo saying, after reviewing a plethora of evidence in the Epstein case, there's no client list of prominent individuals who knew about or participated in this purported sex ring. That they did not uncover anything that would warrant launching an investigation into anyone else. And people have been questioning this, particularly since there was a lot of comments before this announcement. And there's been a plea with the administration for more transparency. That is why you've been seeing this push by the DOJ to release the grand jury materials in the Epstein-Maxwell criminal case, although that has been blocked by federal judges who basically say there's no point. There's nothing new in there, nothing that really adds to the conversation, nothing that would suggest there was a client list or third parties, that this echoes what has already come out during the course of the Maxwell trial and what's in the public record, and I tend to agree. And the president himself has faced questions about his apparent connections or relationship to Jeffrey Epstein. In fact, President Trump filed a lawsuit against the Wall Street Journal over reporting that he allegedly sent some sort of racy birthday card to Jeffrey Epstein. He's completely denied this. So now they have an opportunity to interview Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's accomplice, to get to the bottom of all these answers, right? To set the record straight, maybe. Okay, again, take everything she says with a grain of salt. Having said that, let's get into it. So what did she have to say about President Trump and whether he participated in any of this alleged abuse of girls?
Well, what did you observe as far as President Trump and his relationship with you or Mr. Epstein?
Well, I just want to say for my relationship with President Trump, relationship's a big word, but I just want to say that I met him, or I believe I may have, because of my father in the 90s.
Yep. Okay.
So my father liked him very much, and he really liked his wife as well, because they were both Czechoslovakian. And as far as I'm concerned, President Trump was always very cordial and very kind to me. And I just want to say that I admire his extraordinary achievement in becoming the president now, and I like him, and I've always liked him. So that is the sum and substance of my entire relationship with him.
What about Mr. Epstein's relationship with him?
I don't know how they met, and I don't know how they became friends. I certainly saw them together, and I remember the few times I observed them together that they were friendly. I mean,
was that in
friendly.
Social settings, or was that in private settings?
I believe I only ever saw them in social settings. I don't recall any private settings.
Did you ever observe President Trump receive a massage?
Never. I think they were friendly, like people are in social settings. I don't think they were close friends, or I certainly never witnessed the president in any of, I don't recall ever seeing him in his house, for instance. I actually never saw the president in any type of massage setting. I never witnessed the president in any inappropriate setting in any way. The president was never inappropriate with anybody. In the times that I was with him, he was a gentleman in all respects.
And did you ever hear Mr. Epstein or anybody say that President Trump had done anything inappropriate with masseuses or with anybody in your world?
Absolutely never. In any context.
Do you know whether masseuses from Mar-a-Lago Spa ended up giving massages to, private massages to Mr. Epstein? I'm not asking for what you may have read, but from at the time, from your personal knowledge, do you know whether that's true?
I don't recall. Is it possible? Yes. But I don't remember that. So I don't recall that, but it's possible.
Do you have recollection of you ever recruiting a masseuse from Mar-a-Lago Spa to go give a private massage to Mr. Epstein?
I've never recruited a masseuse from Mar-a-Lago for that, as far as I remember. I can't ever recollect doing that.
Now, we've been following the Maxwell story. We've been following the Epstein story for a while here on Sidebar. We're going to continue to bring you updates as they develop. And I want to thank our sponsor, Upside, because it's with their support that we're able to produce an episode like this. Now, if you don't know what it is, it's awesome. Upside is great. It is a free app that gets you cash back when you buy daily essentials. I pump my gas, I can use Upside. Go out to lunch, I can use Upside. Get something at a convenience store, I can use Upside. And why not get cash back when I do all these things, right? This is real, actual cash back. It's money that appears in your Upside app that you transfer right into your bank account. So once you have the free Upside app, you claim an offer for whatever you're buying on Upside. You pay as usual using a debit or credit card. You follow the steps on the app, you get paid. So to find out how much you can earn, click the link in the description to download Upside or scan the QR code on screen. But make sure to use our promo code SIDEBAR because you'll get an extra 25 cents back on every gallon on your first tank of gas. Now, that last part seemingly was in regards to deceased Epstein accuser Virginia Giuffre, who claimed she was recruited by Maxwell in 2000 when she was working at Mar-a-Lago. And President Trump even recently said that his falling out with Epstein occurred because he was poaching workers from Mar-a-Lago, including Giuffre. Now, going back to what Maxwell said here, could she be telling the truth? Sure. But there are those who may say she is saying whatever she needs to say to get a pardon, highlighting her praise of the president, right? His extraordinary achievement. What do we make of that? Now, to be clear, there has been no independent evidence suggesting the president knew about or participated in any criminal activity associated with Epstein or Maxwell. So she could very well be telling the truth here. And I want to be clear about that. And as we have said before, when we analyzed Epstein's contact books, people may have known Epstein, they may have done business with him, they may have socialized with him, but that doesn't mean they are a part of anything or are guilty. Oh, and about that letter, that birthday letter or card to Epstein, take a look.
Do you remember specific names of individuals who did send letters or who did contribute?
It's been so long, I want to tell you that I don't remember. I honestly don't remember.
The article talks about several names, but including the focus of the article, which is on Donald Trump. Do you remember President Trump, a letter or a card or a note?
I don't.
Do you think the articles, do you remember seeing that book or any portion of the letters in your discovery in New York?
Yes.
Okay, what do you remember seeing?
I remember there were some portions of that book, but what surprised me was how few there were, because I thought if you had those, where are the rest? There was none of Mr. Trump.
In your discovery?
In my discovery, sorry. President Trump, there was nothing from President Trump.
And do you remember, but separate and apart from your discovery, do you remember one way or the other whether President Trump submitted a letter for his 50th birthday?
I do not remember.
By the way, talking presidents, you know whose name comes up a lot? Former President Bill Clinton. Yeah, now a Clinton spokesperson had confirmed at one point in time that Clinton had taken 4 trips with staff on Epstein's plane in 2002 and 2003, so this is after he left office, that he met up with Epstein in New York in 2002, even visited his apartment, so there seems to be some sort of association or relationship. But Maxwell, who indicated Clinton was her friend, not Epstein's, was very careful with her wording and characterization.
So we talked about people that were his clients, and you've mentioned President Clinton, and then early on.
Oh, I never said he was a client.
I did not say you said. I'm saying when you talk about his clients.
Oh, okay, right.
Do you know whether, for example, President Clinton ever received a massage?
I don't believe he did.
And what makes you say you don't believe he did?
Well, because I don't. So that's a good question. The time that Epstein and President Clinton spent together, the only times I believe. Well, obviously they traveled. There was that, they went on the plane 26 times or whatever. That would be one journey. So they spent time on the plane together, and I don't believe there was ever a massage on the plane. So that would have been the only time that I think that President Clinton could have even received a massage, and he didn't, because I was there.
And that goes to another question. Was there really a client list like we talk about so many times? A list that Epstein had of everyone who allegedly participated in this sex trafficking operation? Here's what Maxwell says.
There's been a lot of conversations about whether Mr. Epstein maintained like a list of people, like a book of famous people that he knew, it's called a black book or a client list or a list. Did you know of the existence of any such list?
There is no list. No, I just want to reiterate again, there is no list that I am aware of. I've never at any time, at least during the period of time when I was present.
Okay.
And she also went into her interpretation of how this idea of a client list originated. And I'm not going to play it for you because it's very convoluted, but basically this is what I believe she's saying. She seems to claim that the story of a list began in 2009 during civil litigation involving Epstein when a lawyer named Brad Edwards allegedly contacted the FBI to report that he had obtained a document. And this document apparently came from Epstein's former butler, Alfredo Rodriguez, listing Epstein's clients, alleged victims, underage girls, massage therapists, men supposedly involved. And she claims that Rodriguez allegedly had a journal or notes, sometimes referred to as a black book, that became part of the civil suits and FBI evidence. The document that he provided became Exhibit 52 during Maxwell's trial, a marked up address book with names and circles and annotations. And she seems to claim that the FBI affidavit, Brad Edwards' own timeline about when he received the list, they don't line up. That Edwards allegedly had access to the list for months before turning it over. And Maxwell claims that her then boyfriend, Ted Wade, was asked to pay $10 million to keep her out of lawsuits. And she believes this was essentially blackmail, supported by supposedly fabricated or manipulated evidence, including the list. According to Maxwell, the list evolved through various forms over time, and she suggests that Brad Edwards or others manufactured or manipulated the list by marking up a document, meaning the address book, and selectively including names. Remember, we talked about there are people who are in this address book or contact book. Doesn't mean it's the list. So she goes on to say that some of those names, like Alan Dershowitz, possibly Donald Trump, appear with no clear context. That is true. We've seen that address book. That's very true. There's a lot of names with no context. Now, Maxwell also argues that none of the original alleged victims ever claimed that they were, quote, farmed out or linked to men via a list. And she believes the list and the blackmail claims came from a small group, a few lawyers, a few alleged victims, prosecutors. She